Alright, in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to make a progress bar like the one you just saw. So before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, and by the time you're done watching this video, like it if you find it helpful. So with that said, let's begin. So this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial, so the video may get too long or not. I'm not really sure right now, but so the first thing you want to look for is where you want the progress bar to be. For me, I want it to be at the end of this video so you guys can know how long the ending of the video lasts. So that's why I made the progress bar over there, but for you it can be any part of your own video, so just follow along, okay? So first thing is first, you want to create a layer with a colored background. So tap layer and then tap media. Next you want to tap background, and in the previous or in the main video you just saw it was red, but for this video I'm going to create a blue progress bar. So I'm going to tap this blue one here. You can see it's not really blue, so I'll tap this color right here and then change to blue. Okay, so now it's a bit more blue. So what you want to do next is just drag it. It doesn't matter how long you make it. Don't worry, we'll cut the layer in a way that it will match the length of the video on top. So okay, after dragging, now you want to tap the main video and then swipe until you get to the beginning of the video. Then tap the blue color or whatever color you want, and then tap the scissors icon here, and then tap trim to the left. So do the same for the right. Okay, so now we have a layer that is perfectly aligned with the video we want to create the progress bar for. So the next thing to do now is just tap the layer and increase the size. Make it very big. You can see where my finger is, so I'm not stopping at the edge, I'm stopping outside the edge. We'll swipe to the beginning, and now things are going to get a bit complicated, but don't worry, I'm going to explain everything the best way I can. But if you guys have more questions, you can always ask. So you see this icon over here with the key, it's used for creating keyframes. So I'm going to tap it now, and you can see a little red dot with a white border. An arrow should be pointing to it, so I don't have to say too much. So that point is telling the KineMaster or KineMaster that this is where I want this layer to be at this point, this blue color. So we don't want it to be over here at this point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap it and go back to the keyframes. Then I'm going to tap the layer itself. I'll bring it down a bit, down here, and then I'll slide to the left. For me, I like rotating it, so you guys can do that if you want. It's not necessary. I just don't like it when the icon for the rotation blocks the matching ants. The matching ants are the black and white lines you can see going around the color itself. So like I said, just move it over to the left, so it can be like so, until you can see a little bit of the matching ants, but not entirely. Like I said, that little dot is just saying at this point, this is where I want this layer to be. Now I'm going to move to the end of it. Okay, now we are at the end, so just move back a little bit. We don't want it to be at the edge, we want it to be close to the edge. Just scroll back a bit, right about here. You see this icon over here, tap it, and it's going to create another point. Okay, so we said at this point we want the color to be at this location. I'll put an arrow so you guys can see. The keyframe, what it does is it generates an animation. We haven't assigned where we want the solid color to be at this point. So what I'm going to do now is adjust the blue layer to get to this part of the screen. But you may be thinking, you can't touch it, it's stuck or it's behind. Don't worry, just tap this button up here and then tap center horizontally and then center vertically. Okay, so now we are at this point. Just make sure this cursor now is purple. This cursor is on the keyframe itself, and then bring this one down again and align it so it's on the extreme right. So that is all. Seriously, you're done with it. Now if I play it, you're going to notice how it moves. So let's play it. We'll head to the beginning of this one, and now I'll play. So that is how you create the progress bar. But on the sample I showed you, you guys saw a text. So the solid color took 2 keyframes, but the text file for me took 3 keyframes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new text layer. This is if you want to know, if you want to create that little subscribe animation you just saw. So I'll create a new text layer. I'll tap this and just say subscribe. You can make it all in capital letter. Alright, so like we did before, just drag this one out. Okay, so we have this one like this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the text down. Now I'm going to start creating keyframes again. So now we're at the beginning of the text layer. I'm going to put an arrow so you guys can see. So I'm going to put a new keyframe. Now there's a point there, you can see that. So at this point I'm going to take the keyframe away from the whole video itself. So now I'll move to the middle of the progress bar. Doesn't have to be the exact middle, just use your own common sense. And then I'm going to add another keyframe. So this time I'll be bringing the text to the beginning of the progress bar. So like we did the last time, it's now here. So I'm going to bring it to the beginning of the progress bar, and then as the progress bar moves, I'm going to take it to the end and then come back a bit, add another keyframe, and this time I'm going to bring the text to the middle. Then I tap the check mark, and yeah, the text looks too flat now, but you guys can just tap here and just play with it, change the font, add. Just going to add a shadow and forget about it. Don't want this to be like a text tutorial. Alright, so now let's play it again. Now I'm going to add a fade out so everything looks better. So tap the settings icon, tap video, tap fade out, and then maybe 2 seconds, tap the check mark. Now I'm going to play it again. Maybe 2 seconds was too long, but you guys get the point. So if this video has helped you, please give it a thumbs up and then subscribe for future videos like this. And if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to make a video answering your questions. Alright, until next time, bye bye, stay safe.